send the fireman to hot damn.
Okay, stop it. So people making sad songs happy and making happy songs sad. El Sistema is a music project that started in Venezuela. What do you think? Have a chat on your tables.
Yeah, like it's almost like I've got good time listen to it, but it's just like they bung it in the classroom and they get on with it. It's not like, oh, I'm going to do a task.
Her passion is infectious, it really makes you want to get into teaching.
There are now over 500,000 children are involved in El Sistema orchestras across Venezuela, and there's projects all over the world. And the ethos behind this is that a child's physical poverty can be kind of overcome by the spiritual richness that comes from music and being part of something and being included and seeing that there's hope and there's something out there that's different. You know, and I think that lots of although the extremes might be less, there's lots of children who would benefit from that.
Anna's sessions have been really fantastic because she's involved us in the sessions, so they're very active. We're doing things that are fun, things that we can engage with really easily.
And we're going to start off with some warm-ups. Now these are really, really good for general behaviour management as well as warming up your face. So first of all, we're going to be oranges, and oranges look like this. My turn? Your turn. Okay. And of course, if you're being a silent lion, you can't talk. So if you've got a really noisy group of kids, say silent lion, and they'll all go, and then they're quiet. Spaghetti! Spaghetti! Excellent. So we're thinking about our voices and our vocal. We're doing something physical as well. We've got soldiers and jelly on the plate. We've got soldiers and jelly on the plate. Soldiers and jelly on the plate. Excellent. Then we've got angry cats. Wow!
The way she teaches it is accessible. You don't feel that you're being talked at and someone is delivering a specification to you. You actually feel engaged with her teaching and engaged with the process, and it makes the whole thing far more enjoyable. I feel that what she's done is enable me with a certain set of skills, a certain set of knowledge that I can then adapt and use properly in the classroom and to great effect. So, very grateful to her.
Everyone understood? Any questions or problems?
Bananas, 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 bananas.
Again, that's quite good if you've got a huge amount of children in assembly or in a singing assembly, and you just need to get them up, they sort of get a bit wriggly, get them up, get them to do that. They've all got to concentrate, so they're all on board with you.
She's given us lots and lots of ideas that we can actually use in school. So they're not theories, they're ideas we can use, things we've done, that we've tried.
Ready? My turn. Catch a.
Catch a.
Catch a class of.
Catch a class of.
Catch a class of khaki camels.
Catch a class of khaki camels.
Counting clocks.
Counting clocks.
Catch a class of khaki camels counting clocks.
Catch a class of khaki camels counting clocks.
She's brings a great variety of activities to the lectures, so you're not just sitting there listening or reading a PowerPoint, you're getting involved, you're pretending to be the children, you can see it from their point of view, which is really helpful obviously as a teacher.
Are you ready? Let's go! Catch a class of khaki camels counting clocks. Catch a class of khaki camels counting clocks. Catch a class of khaki camels counting clocks. On your tables, think of a letter you'd like it to start with and create your own team. Off you go.
There's a bumbling big baboon, a bumbling big baboon, a bumbling big baboon bouncing balls.
Yeah, well done.
We've looked at what we need to cover in the national curriculum.
I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to have a quick read through so that you don't have to do it in your own time. We've got to think about music as a universal language. So music, like listening to those children in Venezuela. We want to develop talent, we want to find talent in children if there is any. We want to inspire them. We want to create a love of music. We want to engage them. It's engaging, isn't it? Kids love it, like music, sounds, clapping rhythms. Creativity, sadly lacking in lots of our school days. We want them to be able to critically engage with music. We need to teach them the vocabulary of music. We need to teach them how to listen, what to listen for. We're going to be composing, that's what our children need to do. And it can give them a sense of achievement, being part of something, even if they're that one with the one boom whacker, go, boing, they've done it, you know, they've joined in. Self-confidence can be a huge boost, as you're saying about the talent show, the school meeting. And if we can listen to music, then presumably that will help us listen to other things. A sense of excitement around singing and using their voices, not just singing songs, but using our voices. Play a musical instrument, that's quite hard. If you've got somebody that comes in and teaches your children, brilliant. But actually, we've got a selection of non-tuned percussion instruments over here. This is a pretty standard primary school selection of instruments, you know. Let's not talk about loud or quiet, let's talk about the dynamics of a piece. Let's talk about the pitch rather than is it high, is it low.
She really understands how we might be feeling as trainee teachers. So she's got an empathy with us that really comes across, and that makes you want to engage even more with her.
And then we're going to build it together and create our own rhythm machine. Okay, are you ready? Have a practice. So with children, you'd need to do a lot of practicing of them doing something and keeping in time. Might be moving, might be stamping around the classroom. We have composed. My turn.
I just really like her, and I think Anna's such a fantastic influence, especially to me. I don't have much confidence in the areas that she's taught and lectured us, especially kind of the humanities side of it, and music I know nothing about. And it is accessible in the sense that I've been able to take part and really be enthused and enjoy it, as you've probably seen on some of the videos.
Okay, we'll do ooh, because it's easy. Are you ready? Brilliant. You can do that with any sound.
Anna has helped us lots throughout the year. She's took many of the sessions. They've always been engaging, well planned. The resources are always readily available. She always starts from the basics, which is great, especially for music. I haven't had any experience of teaching music, so she's helped me to feel confident, giving me the resources, ideas, so I now can teach it effectively to my children.
That activity, you're having to follow what I'm doing, so children will be learning how to kind of follow. I'm conducting. We're all doing something together. We're having to match the note. So if I go, you've got to think to yourself, how do I make that sound? Is it a bit too high, is it a bit too low? So it's getting that idea of notes matching with the children. And also the start-stop, you know, that's all really, really important knowledge. But primarily it's about pitch. I'm going to say something to you, and I'd like you to think about the tone in which I'm saying it. Ready? Sad, bored, cross, fed up? Yeah. Okay, was it high or low? What was the pitch? Quite low. When we're serious, like Super Nanny, we get really low, don't we? Stop it now. Think about duration, dynamics and texture. Okay, so duration is how long a note lasts. Dynamics is louder or quieter. And texture is how much is going on at any one time. So whether there's one note, lots of notes, one instrument, lots of instruments, and how complex the music is.
I really have liked Anna's sessions that she's done with us. She's made them really engaging. She's used lots of visual images and videos to hook us into her sessions, and the ideas that she gives us I can take straight back to school and use with our mainstream children and special children.
And that it's a really, really good visual way for children to see what's happening inside a piece of music. Any comments, questions? There's lots of apps and websites that help you choose music for exercise out there. How I wonder what you are, up, up, up. Diamond in the sky, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
We've had some really great warm-up games to play with kids, whether you're doing music, a music lesson, or using music within other lessons. And that's really, I'm really keen on thinking about using music throughout the curriculum rather than just a music lesson.
4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. About coastal erosion, all that tidal movement. If you are in reception, you can think about what would you do at the beach. Okay? We're going to use the tune London Bridge is Falling Down, so let's check that we know that first. Okay, these are the elements we're going to start with when we're songwriting. We're going to start with the musical features of the song, the melody. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Okay, what you think about the nouns that you might use, so add a bit of grammar in there, and the verbs that you might use. So we've got sort of falling down, build it up, wash away. In that example, and our nouns we've got London Bridge, Calling Clay, etc.
Donkey to the bar, to the bar, to the bar. Ride the donkey to the bar, feed him whiskey. When he's hammered, take him home, take him home, take him home. When he's hammered, take him home, he'll make breakfast.
Yay!
Where's the hitter thing?
Thank you. Right, obviously you'll all be desperate to play your instrument, as the children would be. So I'm just going to give you 30 seconds to play it loudly as you like, do whatever you like with it, don't hurt anybody else, and get it all out of your system so we're ready to learn. Go!
I really enjoyed the composition element. I think that when someone says composition to you, you automatically assume that it's going to be a composer sitting at a piano, putting together some kind of concerto-esque music. And how on earth are you going to, in any way, shape or form, deliver that to young children who may or may not have ever seen a musical instrument actually ever being played or pick one up themselves? So just to use body percussion and bring it down to the basics, which is having a simple rhythm, getting them to adapt and engage with that rhythm and develop it, I think is just a brilliant way to actually start them off on that composition element of the curriculum. And it works perfectly. It was great fun.
Examples of stimulus for composition, you could use anything in the classroom. You could think about poetry, how you could accompany that with music, a children's story. You could just have a collection of instruments. What can we do with these, with the sounds we can make? Can we create music that creates the right atmosphere for that piece of art? It could be a piece of music and you're creating something on the back of that, or an object, or film, potentially. BBC Learning Zone clips have got loads of musical clips on there. Clap your hands and wiggle your fingers. Now it's time to listen. That's quite good for if you've got little children and you want to get their attention anyway. What we're going to do for music, I want you to think, have you got an instrument that's like a clapping hands type of instrument or a wiggly fingers type of instrument? What do you think? You might have one that does both, so let's have a practice. If you've got a clapping type instrument, I'd like to join in with my rhythm. If you've got a wiggly fingers instrument, I'd like you to play it now. Lovely. Your hands and wiggle your fingers. Your hands and wiggle your fingers. Now it's time to listen. Beautiful. You played in an ensemble. So that's our start. Right, we're going to just have a quick look at dynamics, official terminology, down the left-hand side there. The symbol that you will find in a piece of music. This is just for your knowledge, we don't need to teach this explicitly. And the effect. Okay? That's in your slides, in your pack if you want to know any more about that, please ask. Okay, so in terms of dynamics, we're going to create a storm in here. When I did this session at Cringleford, there was an actual storm. Splish, splash, splish, splash, hush, hush. Splish, splash, splish, splash. Splish, splash, splish, splash, splish, splash, splish, splash.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It really feels like she really does care about all her individual needs, and she's always happy to ask questions. So it's been absolutely great to meet her, and she's an inspiration.
And we're going to think about how to formally record what we've created. So our Key Stage 1 children are expected to experiment with, create, select and combine sounds using the interrelated dimensions of music. So that's dynamics, pitch, all of the technical terminology that we used earlier. There's a glossary in your booklets that defines all of these terms, in case you're not sure. Rhythm is the duration of each musical sound. The pulse is the beat that underlies whatever you're listening to.
And I wasn't sure about music, but she's given me some great activities to make me feel confident about teaching it, and I'm actually quite looking forward to incorporating them into my lessons in the future.
Okay, let's have a go. Excellent. Okay, thank you for getting involved. As you can see, some people find that super easy, some people find that very hard, and you'll always find that in a class like with anything. You know, so we've got to think about how we can support children, adults who find that more tricky. And it's about going through those steps and rehearsing practices that you're using. So this, like drawing the instrument, works quite well with younger children, or you could cut out a picture, stick it in. This is the traditional formal musical notation. We're going to have a quick go at learning some of the names of these notes. Looks like that, okay? It's called a semi-reed, and it's a whole note, and it's worth 4 beats. So like this, ready? I'd like you to draw that and label it semi-reed on. So it's going to take up a whole piece of paper. It's not listed as something to explicitly teach, but I think it's useful to know. And if you want to teach it to your children, teach it. A quaver. And a quaver is where there's 2 quavers for 1 crotchet. So how many quavers in a semi-brief? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, exactly. Now, quavers have this little tail on the top, and that's because they get a bit lonely and they quite like to hold hands. Then we've got 4 quavers together. Henrietta, Henrietta. Okay, so we've got names here, but you can use any words that you think would help your children remember. Okay, are you ready? Let's go. What will you play? What will you play? Partner, please, are you ready to ask your partner?
What will you say?
Basketball, dancing, water skiing. Well done, instrument. So you hopefully you know your rhythm by now.
What will you say? It's winning.
Okay. If you're tempted to play your instrument, please move it away. Thank you. The second one down is played slightly differently. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it? Okay, I'd like you to create on your tables your own piece of music using the instruments that you've got and using this sort of notation.
I'll go in the second and the fourth bar then.
And then George has got to get the bar like here, so it's what the B and 3 are.
Hopefully we can bring people in to perform in our schools. There's lots of amazing people out there, love to sing, Sistema, there's lots going on. Or we can take them places. We're going to first of all use an open mind map to record our feelings, our thoughts, our response.
I imagine like when I was singing, I always imagine like people singing out of the shadows.
Enjoyed listening and forgot to write anything down. Some people liked it, some people felt that it didn't really work. So really interesting, like a mixture of personal responses. Right, we're going to think about tempo, so the speed of this next piece of music. You've got evaluation forms on your table. As ever, please tell me if you think there's something missing or anything that you liked or didn't like.
And I'm not very confident with music, so any help I can get is great. But she's made me feel more confident because I can do most of those things.
The workshops are organisation and efficiency, setting up your classroom, planning, working with adults, that's parents and teaching assistants.
I think Anna's lovely. I really think she's really warm and welcoming, and she makes everyone in the sessions feel completely at ease. But with the NQT sessions she's been running outside her training programmes, she's been incredibly reassuring more than anything that not only can I do this job, that I want to continue to do the job and I want to do the best that I can. And she's been very supportive, which is lovely.
I've been able to speak to Anna about all my worries about the NQT year, and she's been really helpful and supportive, even though I've met her on 3 occasions, and she's very inviting and welcoming as a person, and put me completely at ease about what next year looks like for me and how she can be a part of it, and hopefully I'll keep in contact with her and continue to feel supported by her. So I'm really looking forward to next year and the relationship that we can build up as a group.
And she's taught in numerous areas, so she's had a great insight into different children, different schools, which is really useful if I'm going to be moving areas.
Really good.
Yeah.
She's been the best we've had.
Personally, I find Anna's sessions fantastic. I actually am working with a group of special needs children at the moment in a complex needs setting, and I find the sessions that she teaches and the resources she provides and the activities she does that are directly related to my practice.
I loved her lectures on the foundation subjects that she taught earlier in the year for the SNP programme.
She's my favourite lecturer. She's my favourite person that's actually come into my life during the process of this course, and has been able to pass on all of the knowledge that she has, and with such energy and excitement, and I just love being